If you're stuck trying to grow your business, the problem might not be how hard you're working, but which growth strategy you're using. Do you go solo and scale slowly, or do you buy a competitor? Do you team up with others, or license your brand like McDonald's?
In this episode, we're breaking down the 4 core options for growing your business and how to choose the right one to avoid wasting time, money, and momentum.
Welcome to the Marketing Podcast for local businesses, where we provide the UK businesses with practical marketing advice to help them grow. I'm Adam, founder of websitedesigners.london, one of the UK's top 1% online marketing agency, helping businesses generate tens of millions of pounds.
My name's Josh. I'm the founder of ImproveMySearchRanking.com, a specialist SEO company based in London. We've helped more than 400 businesses generate over £200 million in sales. And today we're diving into the strategic side of growth.
Fantastic. So, strategic development. You have 4 options. Essentially, how do you grow? When it comes to developing your business strategies or understanding how you grow, there are 4 proven routes you can take. Each one does have its pros and cons and its ideal use case. So let's break them down one by one.
Perfect. So the first one is organic development, which is where you're building from the ground up. Essentially, you can think of it as the kind of DIY route. You grow slowly and steadily using your own resources, no investors, no acquisitions, no external help.
Exactly. So look, this is a common kind of approach for local service businesses. So think of a plumber who starts solo, builds a customer base, hires an apprentice and grows over time. It's lower risk financially, the most typical way, but higher risk competitively because you're moving slow while others might be leapfrogging through buying other companies, i.e. acquisitions.
So this is the long game. You're building brand equity, reviews, just the whole business just completely organically without any external investment. You need a lot of patience and consistency for this kind of route. This is actually the route I took to build Improve My Search Ranking. So it does definitely work, but it's more of a long-term effort.
Yep, ditto. Second way is acquisition. So with acquisition, you're not building, you're buying. It might be a competitor, maybe it's a new business in the area. What's the benefit? Well, it's quick. You get your customers, the staff, the assets, and the systems instantly.
But it's expensive, and there's always the risk of cultural misalignment, especially if you don't do your due diligence.
Due diligence.
Can't speak today.
Yeah.
So for local businesses, this could look like buying out a retiring competitor in your town and absorbing their customer base. This actually, I think, is quite a big trend in the UK at the moment. There's a lot of is it boomers? People are in their kind of later on in life, and they set a business up. They set up a carpet cleaning business. They set up a pressure washing business. I was thinking one of my customers, and this guy's actually in his 80s, and he's still running the business now, but he doesn't have anyone to pass it on to. So this is, in my opinion, maybe a good business to buy. He's got a big customer base, and maybe a younger person who's just starting in the industry might want to buy up his business, get his website, get all his SEOs and things. So,
agreed. We've also got a customer who's a dry cleaner. So he bought his dry cleaner, bought a dry cleaning shop, but then expanded to do deliveries and pickups. And he's really, growing. So it works. It does work. I also had another business, and another company purchased it. It works for him, I guess. Although it varies as to what people want to do with the business. For him, it was just the domain name rather than the business.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. So look, we've seen clients grow significantly faster this way, but it only works if you've got the capital and a plan for integrating.
So the third way to grow your business is through partnerships or alliances. So this is about teaming up with others through joint ventures, co-branded services, or strategic alliances.
So let's say you're a personal trainer and you partner with a local meal prep business. So now you get both access, you both get access to each other's customers, or or maybe a web design agency and an SEO agency. Way team up and offer bundled packages or refer customers to one another.
Yes, it's a great method. It's cheaper than acquisition and it's quicker than organic growth. But the biggest risk here is friction, clashing visions, misaligned goals, or poor communication. So we at my business, we do partner with a few different businesses. Some of them there's great communication. Some of them there's not so good communication, and it does that is one issue that causes us a bit of problem. So there is pros and cons of this method as well.
Agreed. And also you've got to think about, if your unique selling point is kind of high quality and your price a bit higher, is there's lower quality, cheap and cheerful, and therefore there's a bit of a clash. Yeah. So look, let's move on. Franchising is a fourth. So essentially letting others grow it for you. So think of McDonald's, Costa, Subway, Fireaway.
Yeah, well, Fireaway's gone crazy, isn't it? I think he's a local guy. I think he's based in South London.
There we go. So look, you let others grow your brand, your systems and marketing under license.
So this works well where your brand is strong, your processes are systematized, and someone else. Sorry, let me start again. So if we're franchising, this works well when your brand is strong and your processes are systematized enough that someone else could replicate your success.
Essentially, think about it. When you go into McDonald's, there are guides, right? There's a whole big book of guides, and all you're doing is, okay, you've got the patty, you've got your bun, you've got your cheese. This is how I cook it. I cook it at this degrees. It's a step-by-step user guide that you give to all your franchisees, essentially, and that's what we're saying here.
Yeah.
So you've seen local gyms, cleaning services, and even tutoring businesses franchise successfully, but it's not easy. You're giving up some control, and any poor performing franchises can damage your reputation. So if you think about a McDonald's, you might see a rat just run around in a McDonald's. I'm not saying I've ever seen one, and I'm not saying that happened, so please don't sue me, McDonald's. But if you did, it could affect the brand. Oh my gosh, they're not clean. I'm not going to eat McDonald's again. But in reality,
which is that one-off.
It's Mr. Smith who's running it and has no real connection to the wider corporate of McDonald's.
Yeah. Another point of franchising is I once had a business mentor, and I guess it was to do franchising to a degree. It's like she would say, almost build your website build your business as if it was a franchise. So have all your manuals, have all your processes, have all your systems, so anybody could run it.
I completely agree with that approach, because it helps you grow organically as well. Because if you hire someone, you can just give them the manual as opposed to having to show them everything.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really great point. Cool. So in conclusion, what's your next move? Do you build slowly on your own, buy someone out, team up, or license your model?
Of course, there's no one size fits all, and some of them you're going to have cash. Some of them are easier to do because you don't have to cash. So knowing your options can prevent years of wasted effort. Think strategically and act intentionally. That's not our new jingle, is it? And you'll build not just a business, but an absolute asset.
So if you found this episode useful, please hit the subscribe button and leave us a review. And if you're considering any of the growth strategies and want external support, expert support,
we'll drop us a message.
Yes.
You might need a new website, some SEO help, a full kind of growth roadmap, and we've got your back. So thank you for listening.